all about DTFC.
Welcome back to the second episode of the Up the River podcast, the official Dallas Trinity FC podcast.
Ooh.
I'm Savannah Huemoeller here with Dory Ariza.
Yes.
And Jenny Glenn.
Woo-hoo!
Ladies, this is the sister show. How are we doing?
Yeah. We're fantastic.
I was kind of nervous, but I don't know. I'm good now.
We're warmed up. We're talking. We're flowing.
I love it.
She wanted to have a cocktail before, but
I did.
she didn't.
You know what? Maybe we'll
have
put
one
that,
after for a little reward.
or we'll put it in the bucket for the next podcast. Like
Yeah.
we'll have a couple little, something in here next time.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, you got to put like a little bucket of just, I don't know, maybe high nooners or something, and that way it just gets the juices flowing.
Cupcake was one of our sponsors last year, and she saw a box of cupcakes sitting in the corner of my office and was like, "Can we take some?"
No, I was
There's
like,
nothing worse than warm champagne.
no, but I was like, let's grab them. Who knows what can happen?
Well, you know what? We're going to have to bring some
we're
snacks and some drinks next
Yeah.
time for the next show. And what's, I think, so fun about this episode is last episode, our first one, we had Trip and Charlie on.
Oh, yeah.
But now we have you two. And I think you both bring such a different perspective to Dallas Trinity FC. And I'm sure the fans are so excited to hear from you and learn more about you. And so what I've heard is that you both have some questions for each other.
We do.
That we wanted to talk about today. And I'm excited to hear these, honestly. I've not heard these yet for anyone listening. This is all Jenny and Dory
Do you
here.
want to go first?
I'm
or do you
gonna
want me to
make you
first?
go first. You're older, so
Okay, but this isn't like it's not like it's just a question.
Oh, you can start off with something easy to warm
Okay,
up.
so our game day experiences are very different when, we think about what we do on game day. But, mine is very much in the stadium, getting ready or doing something with my kids and family as we prepare for game day. Jenny comes in hot, like...
I feel like people are going to think I'm an alcoholic
No,
after this episode. I'm like, let's have drinks for the podcast.
She loves to find like a bar somewhere to go to like pregame. So why don't you tell everybody?
Preface, I'm the only one that doesn't have kids, so like I don't have responsibilities when it comes to that. So honestly, I love inviting friends to the games. It's always so much more fun when there's a lot of people out at the game. And yeah, like it typically the games are Saturdays, fun days, or like at night or, late at night. And so we'll go to Las Almas Rotas. Honestly, has been a really great spot to kind of have a couple cocktails, then head on out and like get a little bit of extra cheers for the team.
Is there anywhere else you go? Is that like your go-to?
I really like that place. They've got really great margaritas. They also have a golf cart that will just shuttle people to the games, which is fun. I feel like, the spot's gonna blow up now. It's gonna ruin my spot. But honestly, shout out if it does. I'd love for it too. But no, that place is really great. I also want to give a shout out to Lonnie's. Lonnie's has been really fun. We had a watch party there that was pretty cool. And
I didn't know you'd been to any watch parties.
Oh yeah. No, I'm there.
I have not been to any watch parties.
Oh, you gotta get with the program, Dory.
Okay.
Yeah, you get rid of those kids on the weekends. Tell them to stop going to their soccer games.
Okay. All right, your turn for a question.
Okay. All right. So I feel like I kind of have an interesting perspective because I get to see a lot of some of the behind the scenes without having a specific role, which is kind of nice. And so
Do you want to tell people what you do or no?
Yes, definitely tell us
okay.
what you do.
Maybe we should have started with that.
I don't know what I do.
Well, you don't have to. You can say what you do, like for your real job.
Yeah, I have a real job. I work in commercial real estate, and then I also help out on special projects for the team, kind of wherever needed, which has been really fun. So I'm involved in the family meetings, but like I get to see an interesting perspective of special projects. And one of the most interesting special projects last year was the making of the mascot.
Oh, yes.
So fun.
Shout out to Boots.
Boots.
out to Boots.
We have a little bobblehead of Boots right here. We'll have the camera.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Look at her go.
So you got to help create Boots.
So no, Dory did. That's my question to her. So, and that was probably one of the wildest experiences watching you go through that because the mascot game is intense.
Yes.
And the people you were interviewing to like help design the they're intense.
Yes.
And I didn't realize how intense the mascot game got. So do you just want to talk about that experience and what all went into making Boots? And also the fan that got Boots tattooed. Insane.
Yes. But that kind of, yeah.
Yeah. No, a fan got Boots tattooed on their arm.
And it's not small.
No, and like so many people screenshotted, sent it to me. They're like, "Did you pay this person?" It was organic
know.
fan tattooed Boots. So I mean, she's an icon. So why don't you give some background?
So
I'm speechless.
This is just like goes back to like you're starting a team. There's like things you want to do, and it's hard because you want to do everything, and everything seems like a priority. But something that I, for whatever reason, cared a lot about was creating a mascot.
Because no other teams had done a mascot.
No other teams
had
had a mascot. I also thought, we were paying attention to that fan experience, and I had really kind of taken affinity to Liberty, Ellie the elephant, and
she's awesome.
Yeah, New York, and so I had kind of gone down this weird.
You were deep in her
road
TikToks.
Map of like mascots and like what they can do for a sports team, but really what it can do for a fan and their experience and just their connection to a team. And so I was like, we got to have a mascot. And, everyone in the family is like, well, how much is that? And that, or you can't, what's the point of that? And I'm like, just trust me, like we need a mascot. And so I started on this path, and actually I think Jenny, I don't know what part you're referring to, but we did take a trip together. And so she did get to see a little bit of what kind of went all into this. But I did not know what I was getting into, because the mascot world itself is this community that I had no idea existed. So just to give you like a bit of it, it's like, okay, so I have this mascot. I think I know what I want to do, but like you got to go find someone to create it, right? So we found someone who's like the one that creates all the big mascots in our country. We found her, Mary. Shout out to Mary, Chicago Mascots. That's who created our mascot. She's been wonderful. She is, I don't know how long she's been in the industry, but I would guess at least 40, 50 years. She's been around.
She knows her shit.
She knows it.
She knows that
knows
mascot
it.
stuff.
And she helped us with the designer and all these kind of things. And I'm like, okay, great. I think I know what we want Boots to look like. Who is going to be in Boots? So now we're like in this phase of, all right, we've got, this mascot concept. Now we need to find the talent. Well, I'm like, it can't be that hard, right? No. There's like a world. Like I basically had to hire, I don't know what the right word is, but like a headhunter a recruiter for mascots. And it was like, I thought this was going to be like an easy job posting. It's like, no. So we basically paid someone a fee to be like, find us the mascot person. And he sent us a bunch of different people. I found myself, I was like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, I'm interviewing like mascot talent. Like, what am I doing? And it was weird. Like, what do you ask that person? So what do you like inside of a costume? I don't know. Like, how do you feel,
Well, and the recruiter was intense. They're like, I mean, this is a serious role. Like, people look up to mascots. Like,
it can make or break your band.
And it can make or break like experiences. And they're like, some people, he's like, I've had some of my mascots go to weddings, officiate weddings. And like, I'm listening to this guy on the interview. I was like, oh my God. He's like, some people like in the hospitals, it's like all they want is that mascot. And it's intense. I didn't realize how important their role was.
They're quite literally a talent.
Yes.
They are their own talent. They have their own groups. They know exactly what they're doing, and it's all about fan interaction. And building a mascot, I mean, that is a process on its own. And then finding the right person to be in that suit that's interacting with your fans and is the face of your brand. This being the first mascot in the league, how proud of you, or like how proud were you to actually build this up?
I mean, I think it was sort of like it was
really cool,
but it was also like, okay, it was sort of like that process. And when you're in startup phase and you have all these ideas, and sometimes you get through them 80%, but maybe you don't finish everything over the line. It was like sort of kind of nice to see it come to fruition and in year one. So that was really cool to see, and just to see the fans grasp onto it, because I was also kind of like, oh God, if this fails, my family's going to tell me like, told you so or whatever. So it has been cool to see how it did kind of come to fruition and translate to being such an exciting part of our club, and just the culture and just the fan experience. People look for Boots, and she's awesome, and she does a great job of, you know, seeing people and the fans and making game day that much more fun. So other teams have caught on, and I still think ours is better, but and I think she'll evolve.
And one of my personal favorite halftimes of last year was when it was like
Rodeo.
Boots' Rodeo, where we had all the mascots out there, and it was just, you know what? There's something about a bunch of mascots all interacting with each other where it's like, even as an adult, it's hilarious. It's so funny to see. And then they all took shots
lasso.
on goal.
Yeah, they got lassoed.
They had to run up, take a shot on goal, but
before they got lassoed.
Before they got lassoed, and I think every single one of them
got lassoed.
Pretty much all of them did, because I helped
professional,
host it.
No, it was so bad. I was like, oh my God, they're falling down.
Well, they had
and it looked like it hurt.
two twin sisters as the professional lasso girls.
There was professional rodeo lassoers, like, and these mascots had no chance. They were
even
going
if they
down.
had the biggest, you know, the mascot heads, they went down the whole
went
time.
down. I felt so
It was
bad
so funny.
for them.
It was bad. It was funny at the same time.
It was entertaining for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mascot stuff was fun.
We got to do that halftime again.
Now, I think for year 2, and looking as we look at the future of Boots, I do think for me, what would be really cool, because again, I have an aspiration of like Ellie and the elephant. Google her if you haven't
She's got some
gotten to
sass.
know from her, but she has like become what I think Boots would be like success for Boots. You know, to be able to have a sponsor and just have more of her own life about her. And so that's kind of what we're looking towards for the future of
That's
Boots.
great. That's awesome.
Super exciting.
So my quick question for both of you, and I asked Tripp and Charlie the exact same question. What is it like working together in the family sense? This is a family-run organization. What is it like being able to all work together with the group?
You go first.
Oh, I was going to say you go first.
That's a long pause, Jenny.
I think that there are, it's a,
This is where she wishes she had a cocktail.
This is a roller coaster of just, I think it's a roller coaster. It's fun. It's scary. It's, you know, it's a time. Like this is really fun. Like, it's a work day and I'm on a podcast with my sister. Like, how cool is that? That's really, really fun. Then there's like, sometimes where it's like,
what are you gonna say?
it's a lot of intensity. Maybe like now it's a lot of intensity in the family, just to, you know, because everyone's just, we're all working so hard. And I think that everyone wants this team to be as successful as possible. And you've got a lot of strong personalities, and everyone's just doing a great job, and they're trying the best that they can. And everyone's, you know, it's a high stress environment, and, you know,
You're stumbling.
okay, you take over. You take over. You can pop in anytime.
Well, I think, look, there's the good side of things, which is like you get to see your family every day and you get to be around. I mean, we're one of four. Our family's 6 people, so we all get to see each other all the time, and that's the fun side of things. And I think with that, there's a lot of passion in our family, and so people and talent. And so when you combine passion and talent with a lot of strong personalities, you have great ideas, but also some conflict. And so we kind of navigate those things in interesting ways at interesting times. And we have, you know, dabbled in the idea of what, you know, having some sort of.
Well, and I think everyone's such a perfectionist, and like everyone wants to do so much and has such a good, like, has such a high vision for what this team can be in the years to come. And so, you know, you've got a lot of entrepreneurial spirit in there, and it's been fun.
I love it. That's awesome. All right, you guys. Well, when we come back, we will have a guest on our show, Hance Taplin, by way of Dallas. He's going to give us some details on an upcoming event that we have here at the Cotton Bowl next week. It's going to be the first look for fans, and he has some exciting collabs he's been working on with you guys. So we'll talk to him when we get back from break.
DTFC. DTFC. You know it's all about DTFC.
Joining us now is Hance Taplin of By Way of Dallas, the Denver man that has taken over Dallas quite literally by storm. Hance, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's a little hot. I wish it was a little bit cooler, but I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. Awesome.
We're happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm
I
glad
think
to
it's
be
a
on.
really special thing to have you on the podcast. I know we've gotten to know you so well, and you have, an amazing following, but also just a really cool story that those that know you and follow you know your story. But I think we'd love to kind of share more about you with the people that, follow Dallas Trinity. So we had some questions that Jenny and I were just going to ask you about, your journey to Dallas and kind of the what and why of being here, because you do have such a cool story. So can you talk to us a little bit about what attracted you to Dallas? Because your company's By Way of Dallas, and quite frankly, that was your experience, right?
Great question. Absolutely. And I'm really excited to answer this question because I hated Dallas.
Oh,
When I moved here, right after college, I was actually heading straight to New York City. That's what I thought all creatives had to do at the time. But the reason why I stayed is because I hated Dallas, and I hated everything about Dallas. Now, that sounds a little crazy, but I'm the type of person who like to do everything the hard way. I like to challenge myself. And I said, you know what? Like, if this is my perspective of Dallas, there's nothing that cool here. There's nothing but bars and restaurants. There's nothing that really grasps, like a brand that really grasps to Dallas outside of the sports, leagues and such. I saw it as a huge opportunity for me to kind of plant some roots and create something from my perspective that I think could be cool. That's other than the stereotypical things that people know or what they think about Dallas, Texas.
And okay, so when you think of Dallas, Texas, what do you think of now? Is there some sort of icon?
yeah. Has
or...
it changed? Has it gotten cooler, in your opinion?
So I have in my office, I have this saying that I have on my window that I came up with, and it says, Dallas is getting better and worse at the same damn time.
Oh,
And from that, I think that every day we're progressing, but every day we're not progressing. And sometimes that's nothing wrong with that. I think there's the good thing about Dallas is that there's a lot of growth for cool things to happen, and there's a lot of areas we can expand on to create our own contrast and just to do cooler things. And that's kind of what I like to do is when everybody's going right, I'm going to go left. When everything looks like too crazy, everybody's doing weird things here, I'm going to go left to do something that's outside of that perspective to give people a different, idea of like, oh, this is what Byron Dallas does. It doesn't have to be like that. Let's do it. Let's create something that looks a little bit different.
By the way, we use that all the time in our company, and we've adapted that from you. So, and it is such as like to be an authentic creative. That's really what you have to do is like not just pay attention to what everybody else is doing, but really stay true to your path. And Hance, you were a big part of our brand. You were part of our advisory council when we created Dallas Trinity. You've been with us on this creative process through. I mean, my gosh, it's been what, like a year and a half since we started down this path, and we've come a long way. What would you
Absolutely.
say was, I don't know, what was your most exciting part of being part of that process?
Honestly, and Dory, it's not just because you're sitting here, it is really observing the family and seeing y'all's dynamic and how you guys reacted to the presentations from Modest Works and Moniker. And it was great to see how you guys were able to adapt these ideas that look nothing like any other, soccer team, professional soccer team. So it was really admirable to see you guys as a family come together and say, we trust this process and we trust this aesthetic. We trust that this is what is going to help shape this professional organization. So that was one of my favorite moments, is just kind of sit back and learn and observe from you guys and see how you guys work as a literally as a close, tight-knit family. That was awesome.
Well, that's very kind of you to say, because you probably saw the good, the bad, and the ugly throughout that process. So that's very nice of you to say. Well, now sitting here, a year and a half later, really longer than that from the creative journey, really more like 2 years, are we in a spot where you thought we were going to be? Like, if you had to grade us of like, I don't know, it was a little bit of the training wheels, and then like the kid took the bike and went down the road. Like, how'd we do?
Oh, you know
And you
what?
can be
It's not
honest,
fair for
no
me
hard
to say.
feelings.
It's not fair for me to say, because what the hell do I know about, running an organization? I think that the fact that you guys were able to nail down the Cotton Bowl and just, I mean, seeing everything unfold on social, even from all the email blasts. I think I told Charlie when I ran into him at Trader Joe's one morning. It's like, I run on the trail, or I'm sorry, I walk on the trail. I don't run. I walk on the White Rock Lake Trail
Yeah.
every morning, and I'd see like the game day signs, and it's just cool to see, you know, DTFC in places that I'd never expected. Went to a Rangers game last year, right after the launch of the brand. I saw a woman wearing the t-shirt or the hoodie or something. I was like, wow, that's incredible. Like everything that was worked on from that year, to see it in action is pretty cool. So I guess to answer that question, why wouldn't I give it an A? Because, progress, it's about, progress, not perfection. And I think collectively, you guys, we're all getting there, but with DTFC, it's the most beautiful brand for personally from a professional sports organization. It's incredible. The consistency is right there.
Oh,
Well,
that's
that
very
means a lot
kind.
coming
Yeah.
from you because you work with all of the best of the best. I mean, if you don't know Hanson by way of Dallas, you need to Google his name and his brand because he's done some of the sickest collabs that I've ever seen. Can you talk to us a little bit about your collabs and maybe if you have a favorite one that you've done
Oh man, yeah. So I,
besides ours or working with us?
besides the one that we're working on right now, I would have to say that every single one stresses me the hell out. But every time we elevate um what we did the year before. For instance, like the Texas Rangers this year, we did a reversible jacket, and I didn't
Ooh.
think it was possible. We've seen reversible jackets when we're growing up. Our parents bought us reversible everything that would save money. But this year we
Yeah.
did I'm sorry, we did a rally jacket. One side was blue, one side was red for the Texas Rangers. And just the
Oh, that's
challenge of
cool.
not only of producing and making sure that piece was functional, but also on the other side of the storytelling, our goals were to inject culture into the stadium. As we like, baseball is not a very diverse sport from that fan perspective. I want my audience to be able to experience my favorite sport, which is baseball. And so our strategy of releasing this jacket was you had to go to the stadium to pick it up. So we're
Ooh.
forcing people to go to a game. You don't have to sit there and watch it, but you have to at least pick up your jacket when
You
you
should
go
watch
there.
it. They're fun. They're
You
fun.
should watch it. It's a really
Yeah.
relaxing time. You don't have to pay attention. Just eat a hot dog, whatever.
Yeah.
But
And
that's
now
that's
there's a roof, there's shade, it's not as hot.
exactly, yeah. Because Choctaw Stadium, Range Stadium before without that roof was unbearable. But anyway, so and even from the Dallas Cowboys, those are great partners. Everybody that we've worked with, it's 7-Eleven. It's always a challenge, but at the end of the day, it's really admirable. It's great to know that I've gotten to the level where I can sit in the same room as these, you know, really cool, reputable corporate brands.
Hans, I'm really curious. Do you even sleep at all? Do you even have time to sleep with all of the collabs and things that you're doing here in Dallas?
Listen, I sleep. I don't. I'm the guy. I'm in bed by 8:30. I'm turning on Curb Your Enthusiasm. I watch about an hour of
Love
that
that
every
show.
night, probably the same episodes. But I'm up at 5 in the morning, so I get plenty of rest. I did literally kind of design in my sleep, and I've gotten to the point where I've done this so much, I don't spend a lot of time doing design work. I kind of do it in my head, and then when it's time to put pen to paper slash mouse to laptop, whatever, it's
Mouse
it's
and
it's
laptop.
it's not that crazy of a process. I don't have a life outside of this, which is fine. I like being at home with my kiddo and watching Curb.
Love it.
I've
Love
never
that
even
show.
heard of that
Oh,
show.
it's
I'm gonna
so
have to
good.
watch
Larry
it.
David's
Good.
hilarious.
Your dad is literally Larry
He's
David.
Larry David. He's
He
Larry
is
David.
Larry
Okay, now
David.
I'm
You've
deaf.
got
Do,
to
do you
watch
think
it.
Dad watches this show?
I've showed him an episode that was really funny. There was one with like Vince Vaughn that I was dying.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. But so we got to do a shout out to our front up kit sponsor, Scottish Rite, and also UT Southwestern. But you did a really cool collab with Scottish Rite. Would love to hear more about that project. And
Oh
I think
man,
that's
you're gonna make me emotional. So Scottish Rite, hands down, has to be my favorite collab because it was no, we didn't design any apparel. It wasn't anything about merch. It was about the children. It was about the children who who have prostheses, who has prosthetics. And so our goal for that was we want to include them into, we have all these, we've got sneakers, we've got fashion, all this stuff. We wanted to be the first I guess streetwear brand to collaborate um, you know, with the hospital. And so what we did, we came up with the idea was how do we create limited edition artwork for kids for their prosthetics. So for if it's elbow joint, for is for a leg, any of that stuff. What Byway Dallas did, we were able to source 12 to 15 influencers, creatives, people in the Dallas area, and we had them donate their artwork. And we translated that artwork onto prosthetics. So now a child has an opportunity to customize their own prosthetic. And it was amazing because everything now, it's still functioning to this day where a child can go through the library of art based off of, the curated list that Byway Dallas came up with, and they can now, decorate their prostheses.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's super
That's
cool.
so awesome.
I love that. I love that for you too. Just for like, to your point, it's not just about the apparel or the thing you're buying. It's that emotional feeling of like what you get when you feel like you're wearing something cool, and
Yeah.
that means
Absolutely.
something.
Yeah.
Just that project and the work that you do with so much in the community, how does that just make you feel overall, what you have done here in Dallas, and the brand that you have built and the outreach that you're able to do in this community?
Well, quite honestly, and thank you for this question. I try not to be this weird, humble, overly humble guy. I don't, I'm very proud of the work that Byway Dallas has done, but I really don't, I pay attention to what happened. I don't know what people are wearing outside. I don't look at social media that much. People come up to me and ask me like, "Hey, are you proud of?" Like, I am very proud of it, but I'm always so tunnel focused. I've moved on to the next. Like, I want to just continue to keep trying to build the brand, and it's hard for me to look back and sometimes I guess I should rest some time and just kind of look back and thumb through what we've done and what changes we've been able to, I guess, accomplish and such. But I haven't quite done that yet. So it's hard for me to answer that question. Internally, yes, I am proud, but I'm just so focused on like I can't wait to work on this and work on this and work on this. And maybe one day I can just be like, okay, let's chill for a little bit and look back and see what we did.
And we are doing exciting things because next week at the Cotton Bowl on September
Sweet.
18th, we're launching DTFC by Way of Dallas merch collab, which I knew would be such a cool project working with you, Hance. But when you showed us your creative ideas, and I literally felt like a kid in a candy store. I'm like, I want it all. I feel like I'm going to buy it and not be able to sell it because it's so cool. But why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so this is going to be really fun. I haven't done anything like this in such a long time. And one thing that's very important to me is getting our audience, getting the consumer involved in that creative process. So what we're doing is that we're taking DTFC jerseys, just the blank jerseys that don't have any numbers on them, and we're giving the consumer the opportunity to kind of customize it. So what By Way of Dallas is doing, what I did, I designed some assets that people can kind of choose from. Imagine like if you're going to Chipotle and our jersey is like that tortilla, you're going to be able to go down that line and say, okay, I want chicken, I want beans, I want whatever your Chipotle order, replace that, the ingredients of food with artwork the assets I designed. So you'll be able to to arrive to go to the Cotton Bowl and get your hoodie or either the maroon or the gold jersey, and there'll be options for you to say, hey, I want this logo here, I want this logo here. You can make it your flavor. I'll be there to kind of help you guide through what looks good, but honestly, do whatever you want to do. But it'll just be a fun way to get people involved in how I kind of see design through my lens with my with my assets with DTFC.
We're super pumped about
Wow.
it too. So you
It's
got
gonna
to
be so
come
much
to
fun.
the event to get the item. It's not
We
going to be
gotta
available
we gotta get
online.
Chipotle to sponsor
I know.
the
I
event.
was literally like, this isn't even sponsored by Chipotle.
If anyone is listening from Chipotle, please sponsor the event. But I'm so excited. I think it's going to be so fun. Dory was
I
showing
showed
me some of
Jenny
a sneak peek. Yeah, I got lucky enough to see it, and I'm pretty pumped. I don't have
Yeah.
a 214 cell phone number.
Yes, we did
but
talk about that.
I'm probably going to put that one on my jersey.
Jenny's 11 years younger than me, so she did not get a 214 number. She didn't even get a 972. She's a 469.
Oh,
Jenny,
gosh.
I'll sell you mine.
Yeah. I mean, you're more Dallas than I am. Jeez, yeah.
There you go.
I love it. Well, Hance, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. The fans are going to be so excited next week for the first look. They can come, check out all the work, talk to you, get the customized jersey. So many exciting things. Thank you so much for being part of this. Coming up next, the Gainbridge Super League president, Amanda Vandervort, will join us on the show. We're so excited to have her, and that is right after this break.
DTFC. DTFC. You know it's all about DTFC.
Joining us now is Amanda Vandervort. She is the Gainbridge Super League president. Amanda, thank you so much for being with us today. We have Jenny and Dory with us in the studio. Amanda, how are you doing?
Woo!
And
Yay,
Dallas
Amanda.
Trinity super fan. Yes, let's go. I'm so pumped to be here.
You're one of our first official guests on this podcast that does not work directly here in Dallas, but we are just so excited to have you with us. Where are you at right now, Amanda?
Well, I'm in Tampa, Florida, but my heart is with Dallas. I feel like an extension of the club and of the team, and I'm so excited that you guys are doing this podcast. I am absolutely honored to be on the show and be a part of the Dallas Trinity Football Club legacy. It's what we're building, baby.
Love it.
Woo! Well, we're honored to have you. Couldn't ask for a better first guest.
Yep.
Starting off
For
strong.
us. For us.
Yeah.
And I love it. This is the show. It's the ladies' show. We have all girls on here today.
Oh yeah.
We love
yeah.
that.
And Travis in the background, representing.
Now, Amanda, we have to get into your year one as president and now into year two. You know, some of these major accomplishments, what are some of the standout moments that you've had in the last year helping build this league? What is something that stands out to you?
Oh my gosh, what a year we had. It's so funny. We're 3 weeks into year two now, and like flipping back to year one, it was just, I feel like every day was a new adventure in the league. I was really lucky on my, like when we kind of kicked things off, I got to go out to every club and go to training and see the environment that the players were in, get to know the coaches, the owners. And then I got to go to my first game, and in particular at the Cotton Bowl. Like I got to get out there and see and feel and experience how absolutely awesome it is to be in that stadium and witness a game. So for me, being in each of the team's home markets in the stadium, and honestly, especially at the Cotton Bowl, really feeling it come to life.
I love the fact that you're also in some Dallas Trinity FC merch right now. Clearly, when you came to the Cotton Bowl, you picked up some great merch on the way out as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it. When I was at Cotton Bowl, I actually went up into the concourse and was walking around and taking videos and photos of the fans up there, like buying merch, getting like food and beverage, getting their stuff, because I was pleasantly surprised at like how many people that were already wearing the merch. Like my first time there, it was awesome to see how many fans, but there can always be more because the merch is absolutely awesome.
Love it.
And you're wearing the best stuff. The bomber jacket's my favorite.
There you
awesome.
go.
It's mine too. It's mine too. I was at an event this week. I went to the Indianapolis Fever game, and I was like, can I wear my Dallas Trinity like bomber jacket because it's the coolest thing I own? And I was like, if I'm courtside at a WNBA game, I should for sure wear something like cool like this bomber jacket. But I was like, I don't think Indianapolis people would quite get it. So maybe I'll hold it for when I'm actually in Dallas and I get to go to a WNBA game there.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, that would be
What'd
fun.
you wear instead?
I wore just like a button down shirt. But see, the thing is, I'm trying to so I'm trying to get out of like my tight jeans era and get into like the like loose jeans, what everyone's wearing
Trying to
now,
go
'cause
more Gen Z. More Gen Z.
it's so much cooler, but I don't have the body for loose jeans, so I'm trying to get with it. So I wore some loose jeans to the game. I was trying to be hip and cool. The truth of the matter is I asked ChatGPT what a 46-year-old sports executive should wear.
Oh my God.
I love that. I love that.
Influence.
What did ChatGPT come back with?
A button up and baggy jeans.
It was like, actually, it's the Dallas Trinity FC bomber jacket is what you should be wearing.
This is so funny. You're going to have to send us a picture of what you want. Chat GPT.
I can't believe I shared that. I'm so like, if you can see my face, I'm so bright red that I just revealed that.
No, it's
No,
hilarious.
I love it. I can't remember a time before ChatGPT. I
Well,
don't know what we did.
But everybody, like, I don't know, Amanda, I had to cross over from the tight jean thing too, but that was because my sister was like,
Yeah,
ew.
Well, no, I told you because I had walked in and Dory always has like she's
Skinny
always
leggings or
very
whatever.
fashion forward, and she was wearing tight skinny jeans. I was like, that's like not
Yeah.
cool anymore.
Never
It's
felt
like,
so old.
She was like, oh my god, and bought like 20 of the like other kind of. I was like, oh my god, this is insane. But I did hear skinny jeans are making a comeback. So
So don't get rid of them,
so
Amanda.
don't throw them out.
Don't worry, I can't part with them. Emotionally, I'm still connected to them. It's like they're like my emotional connection to, I don't know, college or something. But
That's funny.
anyway, I ended up, you know what it is? I'm so soccer. Like I'm so comfortable. You could put me in any soccer stadium, put my feet on the grass, and I'm the most comfortable. Any training environment, whatever it is, I am so soccer. I know like how to be in the environment, where to go, what to do. But thinking about basketball, this is only my second WNBA game, so I was like.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know what the vibe is. I don't know like how to operate. And it's really interesting. And I thought, wow, for people who come to their first game, like of soccer, I wonder if they're having the same experience. And because I think a lot of times about like the first time you come to soccer, like what's that experience like the first time you come to a Dallas Trinity game? And I know you guys think so much about that first time fan experience because it can change your life genuinely. Like soccer is so inviting. It's so warm. It's so loud. It's so fun. It's a great family environment. And it's a lifelong passion of mine and for so many people. And I just love inviting new people into that space. So kind of that game gave me the idea to actually think really deeply about our first time fan experience. And it's something I know you guys think and talk a lot about.
Yeah.
We hear from them too. We hear from those first time fans. And it's interesting, I think, because we are in such an awesome market, like Dallas, such a big sports market, but there hasn't been professional soccer in the proper Dallas, men's or women's, for a long time, and women's ever, that we have men who are like, I've never gone to a game before, but I wanted to take my wife, and they're in their 60s or, experiencing professional soccer for the first time, and they love it. So
Yeah,
that's cool for us to see.
We got to get a TikTok trend, OOTD, for the
Yes.
soccer games.
Well, it's already kind of like a thing for the players, for sure,
Oh,
like,
yeah. They do the
what
Game
they
day
wear.
outfits,
Yeah,
yeah.
game
Game
day
day outfits,
looks, but
yeah.
we should do that for the fans, the ones that nail it.
Yeah.
Wait, I
Yeah.
love that.
That would be
I
fun.
love
like
that, you guys.
paparazzi for
Yeah.
the fans.
Yeah,
Because
there you
they
go.
show up, they come to play. And, like, especially in Dallas, man, like, people dress to the nines. Like, if you're on the Katy Trail, you're dressed to the nines,
Yep.
just, like, walking around Dallas. And
They make a workout outfit look
they
like
filter
a thing.
that into the stands. Everyone shows up in gear. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
you know what else I remember from the first game I went to, or maybe it was actually the last game when I came. You had a pretty good game against Brooklyn, I remember. But anyway, up in the stands, you had the band, not the band, they were
The Samba
dancers.
group.
A samba
Oh,
Yeah,
group.
we had the Samba group.
They, oh my,
yeah.
they were absolutely rocking. They were dancing and whatever. And I went up to them and I was too intimidated to dance, but I like kind of like stood in the back and like shook my shoulders a little bit. Like I was cool, but I definitely am not. Clearly, I was probably in skinny jeans, but it was,
I love
they
it.
brought the energy and the music and the
Yeah.
samba and everything. It was just, and wasn't there like a band right behind them with
Yeah.
like,
We brought them in
Yeah.
from Austin. We literally
yeah.
hired them out of Austin, rented a bus, and we're
Yeah.
all about that fan vibe.
Well,
So
and it's so interesting too, just because soccer is probably one of the only professional sports, where you don't blast music during the game. So
Yeah.
you
No
need that
timeouts.
fan experience of like there's still energy being brought up in the stands, and so it's so fun having those groups come out and bring the energy, just because it has to be organic.
yep.
And the fireworks, I remember we were standing there and the players were like down in that corner because it was the first time you'd done fireworks. Maybe it was your opening game. And they were down there like kind of doing end of game like top offs, when they do their sprints at the end of the game if they didn't get 90 minutes or whatever. And then up in the corner, this fireworks started going up and everyone was like, "Wait." The players like kind of backed away so they could look up and watch it while they were doing their top offs also, but like from that corner of the stadium being able to like celebrate the end of that game and the introduction of professional women's soccer, like the fireworks, like I don't know, it just was the exclamation point on such a cool moment. And listen, fans love the fireworks too. I mean, through and through, it just adds to the event. Not that you guys do it all the time, but those special moments and special events, I was grateful to be there for one of them.
Oh yeah.
We love to hear that.
After a win, it's like chef's kiss.
Yep. There you go.
It's amazing.
Amanda, would love to get your thoughts year 1 to year 2. Where have you seen the biggest growth overall within the league?
Oh, let's see. The biggest growth. Well, it's interesting. Certainly our fan base is growing. As we head into year 2, I think more people know about the league. I think there's more visibility. We're on broadcast more. We're getting into external newsletters. People are talking about us. Like I think that there's a lot of talk and therefore the fan base is growing. But I think what I find really interesting isn't like growth in numbers, but I think it's growth in maturity. And I think what our teams have collectively done on the field between last year and this year is really interesting and compelling. I think the growth, like the maturation maybe is the word that I would use for the way that our clubs are performing on the pitch and the players that we've brought into the teams. I mean, look, you guys have the youngest goal scorer in league history with Rhea, right? So like right. Yeah. Let's celebrate that. Like
Shout
that's a
out.
huge achievement, not only league history, but like women's professional soccer in America. What an achievement. And that comes with a really dedicated focus on identifying the players, developing talent, making sure that the environment is right where players can exceed and succeed, but exceed at this level. And so, we see that in Dallas. We've seen it across the league, though, and I think that that's raising the level of competition, making it that much more exciting as we head into year 2.
Being a leader in the soccer community, and Dory just had talked about how excited everyone is to have a pro women's soccer team here in this city. As a leader in the soccer community, what is the message that you want to send to the future leaders that want to be part of soccer?
Yeah, I mean, it's so simple. Like women's professional soccer is here. It's in Dallas, and you can be part of it, whether you're an aspiring player, whether you're an executive, whether you're doing PR at an agency, or you're in any industry. Like soccer has every like job in it as a sport. And if you're a fan of soccer, of women's soccer, you want to get involved in the professional game, it literally in any capacity, like what an opportunity right at home in Dallas, to get involved. And I think, like you mentioned, like for me, being in the industry for so long, it hasn't always been an opportunity. It wasn't for me for many years. And now to be in this position and being able to create those opportunities like Dory and Jenny and everyone at Dallas Trinity, it's a real honor and it's a real privilege. And it's just like how can we just continue to stress like there's now opportunity in professional women's soccer and you're welcome here.
100%.
Love it.
There's so much room for growth and just we're welcoming for everyone. Come on, hop on in.
I also think, it also, when I was younger and I was playing soccer, you just looked at the national team and that was what you kind of tasted of like women's professional soccer. And so now that there's all these teams, our league and the NWSL, it just becomes more of like an attainable profession versus like a dream that's just a dream, like it can actually be your reality if you work hard and you get there. We actually just signed a new sponsor, Amanda, this week called If Then, and there are short sponsors, but the principle behind it is if you can see it, then you can be it. And so I think that sort of falls into it's around like STEM and science and things like that, but it aligns perfectly with what we're doing with women's sports because it's showing that, it can be your reality. Which is really
You
cool.
give me chills.
Yeah.
You give me chills saying that. I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And thank you,
Super
If Then,
cool.
for your commitment to Dallas Trinity, but even more so to the commitment of women and the future of women in sports and women in science and women in all these industries that are just so typically male dominated. And I think the more we have investment in opportunities for women, the better the world will be.
100%.
Totally. Yeah.
Wow.
Love it, Amanda. Real quick, Amanda, before we go, do you have any favorite memories here of Jenny and Dory from any games? Anything you can remember?
I thought you were going to say favorite something else.
Yeah, which one do you like better?
Dory
or Jenny? Answer now.
You got to have a good story of each of them.
Well, I would go, let me start with Jenny because we met actually, and we might have met before this, but we really actually like fully met in the Netherlands. We went on a trip to go see the UEFA Women's Champions League final. We flew over, met in Amsterdam, and toured Ajax Stadium. We went to the KNVB headquarters in kind of central Netherlands. And then we went down to the game itself and saw ultimately Barcelona won, right?
Yeah.
The UEFA Champions League. That was what, 2020?
2023.
I could probably name all the years, and Barcelona was.
That was one of the coolest experiences ever. That championship game was insane. I still have the scarf hanging in my office. It was so much fun.
For us, you know what? We wanted to start this league with a vision of what we could become. And we felt from day one it was really important not only to lead with your head and understanding the opportunity. We know that there's a delta between the number of professional opportunities available on the men's side versus the women's side. We know that there's over 100 men's professional teams. At that time, there were only 12 women's professional teams. We know that if you were to pick up the United States with our 23 professional teams now, and drop it on Europe, you would have oodles and boodles more teams across Europe. So we knew that the numbers matched up with 40,000 women playing college soccer and only 300 opportunities. We knew that we needed to launch this league for the numbers. But we also, with our ownership groups, and this is what Jenny and I did, we went to Amsterdam, we went to Eindhoven, we went to the Netherlands because it was important too that we understood from our heart, what does it feel like to be at the Women's Champions League final, which today is like the pinnacle of women's soccer in Europe, and really understand, like see those fans in mass, like singing and dancing and moving. And that was one of the first things we ever did together. And I can remember being arm in arm with you in the stadium, swaying back and forth, like singing. Awesome. It was amazing.
So much fun. It was so much fun. And the crowd was just electric, chants going off the entire time. And yeah, no, I agree, Amanda. It's like that's what U.S. women's professional soccer can be like. It's over there in Europe, happening right now. You know, we've got great players here in America. Like, let's make it happen here. And that was just so cool to kind of see that and to have a goal to strive for.
And maybe we'll bring that energy at the Texas Classico, you
Yeah.
guys.
Yep,
And what,
our
October 18th coming up?
Are
So
you
we've got a
coming?
good
Amanda, you need to come.
international clash. That's my plan.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Out there for the game. I'm super excited to see it come to life. I know you guys are working so hard at it. I'm so excited about the package you guys have for tickets. You buy a ticket to the game, you also get a ticket to the Texas State Fair. What an opportunity for fans to come and be part of a historic event in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl, right in the middle of the Texas State Fair. And I am just so excited. And I hope we get some of that energy, Jenny, that you and I experienced, in the Netherlands our first time together. And I hope we get some of that in this U.S.-Mexico clash at the Cotton Bowl.
I love it. I think it'll
Awesome.
happen.
Get your
It'll
corn
be good.
dogs. Come to the game. It'll be a blast.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Amanda, thank you so much for joining us on the Up the River podcast with myself, Jenny, and Dory. And we will hopefully see you at that game specifically. We'll all get some corn dogs together. It'll be great.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amanda.
Love it.
Thank you.
Congrats on the podcast, you guys. This is awesome. Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Thanks, Amanda.
DTFC. DTFC. You know it's all about DTFC.